everyone, and welcome back to the Curio Stitches podcast. My name's Elly, and I'm coming to you from the southwest of England, here in Devon. It's very low air pressure at the moment because of the bad weather, so my whole body feels like I have flu. It's triggered a massive fibro flare, and I also feel like I'm coming down with some sort of cold. So you'll have to excuse my voice being a bit groggy and sniffly and stuff. I'm wearing my feline phantom again this week and some hand-knit socks. I'm not going to do acrobatics to show you my socks. They are made out of some very old Bull and Vine yarns from when she first started dyeing all those years ago. So yeah. Today is Wednesday the 23rd of November 2022 and this is season 2 episode 8. So like I said, I'm not feeling great today. I wasn't going to record and I thought, don't put it off just because you're feeling under the weather. You know, you guys don't mind. So yeah, first things first, addressing my hair. You'll notice I've still got some bands in because I am gradually putting my dreadlocks back in, my natural dreadlocks, and it just helps keep them separate while I'm sort of letting them mature a bit. Less sort of crossover of tangles and all that jazz. So yeah. Generally, because I had someone say, why have they got elastics in my hair? That's why. It just makes the process a bit easier and quicker. So, yeah. Okay, so I have got 4 projects to talk to you about today. I've got 2 finished projects and 2 whips I'm going to show you. I have a lot more projects, but they'll keep for another day. I will mention them. So the first thing, I have finished my Halloween socks using the Hobby Halloween sock wool, and this is colour 1, which is something witchy, I don't know. 75% wool, 25% polyamide. So this is what I have left from that ball. I haven't weighed it yet, but I suspect there's going to be something around 40 grams left. So this is sock 1 and sock 2. So they are different, but you can tell they're the same yarn. It just sort of carries on. So yeah. These are just my vanilla socks with a short row heel, and then I just did a loose 2x2 rib, fluff, 2x2 rib cuff, about 8 rounds, just to make them easier to put them on and off. No, I have not woven any ends. It is the bugbear of mine, weaving ends. So this is one Christmas Eve gift done. So I've got to block these, weave in the ends, and then put them under the tree when we put it up for Abby. So yes, aren't they lovely? So I do a 20 stitch cast on using Julie's Magic cast on, and then I increase every other round until 64 stitches, and then I do just stocking it on the foot, short row heel, same length on the leg as I do on the foot so that it's even, and then I just do a rib. Now normally I do more like 12 or 14 rounds rib, but Abby likes her socks nice and loose at the top, so I just do less ribbing and I do a 2x2 for Abby, not a 1x1 like I like. So these are finished. So there we go. finished object number 1. Right, second finished object. So, I couldn't find this last week. This was sock number 1, and these are Shy's Piebald Socks. These are free on Ravelry. So, I have finished sock number 2. Here we go. Ends need weaving in. It's my trademark. Ends need weaving in. So yes. So that's both of those. So the toes and the top are using one of my very old hand-dyed, self-hand-dyed yarns from, I'm going to say 8 or 9 years ago, back when I first started hand dyeing professionally. The pink here is, I think it's actually Radioactive Raspberry by Countess Ablaze. That's all I have left of this one. I have a tiny bit left. The brown is, I think it was Chocolate Sundae. I can't remember who the dyer was. And then the main colour was my strawberry cheesecake, not strawberry shortcake, strawberry cheesecake, and it was part of the 50/50 set that I dyed up a couple of years ago. And these are going to be coming back. So these are done, they are from me. I have already taken photos of this one, and Shy has photos for this, but really I need to weave in the ends on this one and take some more photos of Shy and finish my project next on Ravelry. I did an afterthought heel on mine, so a second toe, and I pick up, when I do my afterthought heel, I pick up the stitches between the needles, and then in order to prevent a sort of a hole in the sides here, I pick up sort of one stitch in. So for example, say my edge stitch is here, I will then go in one round and pick up in here, just cinch that in and close the gap up so there's no hole, and then I simply decrease those 2 extra stitches on the first round, and then I do a decrease every other round in the heel, so it makes this lovely little ridge down the side, and I work down to, I think it was 18, it might have been 20. It's in my notes. And then I do a Kitchener, and I've just got to weave in the tail. So yes, I don't know why I chose to do an afterthought heel or forethought heel on these socks, because I can do the Kitchener stitch, I just don't enjoy it at all. I don't like the process. So having to do Kitchener stitch on the toes and the heels, I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, absolutely amazing pattern. Like I said last week, these bands here don't take much on at all. If you've got like 5 gram minis, you can use them for these socks. You can do lows going up the foot and down the leg, etc. I'm tempted to make a pair where it's just every one of these is sort of repeat this all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, and sort of see if I can use some of my mini skeins, because I have a basket up there on the shelf that are just full of mini skeins. So yeah, it'd be really handy to sort of have a play at those, and then have the heel, toe and cuff in another colour. Oh, this colour here isn't the same as this. This is by, I can't remember, I'll insert the name here. Yeah, I bought it years ago now. Oh, the You and I. So I bought this skein from her, and I bought a pink variation from her. And they are on her twist sock. And yeah, I bought them on Etsy 5-6 years ago. Yeah, so there we go. So that is the Piebald Socks by Shy. They are on Ravelry. They are free at the moment. I'm not sure if these ones are going to stay free, but I know they're free at the moment. So go and show her some more love, and knit yourself some really cute socks. Right, moving on. Those are my FOs. My whips I'm going to show you this week. I have another pattern by Shy that I'm working on, and it's the golden wreath socks. So you might remember this from last year, sort of December time, when I was working on these. So toe, etc. These are cuffed down. Shy's had these tested. I think everyone's finished now. Maybe one or two other people haven't quite finished. But I just did this one last year as a sort of pre-test test. And I'm working on the second one this year. It's got a lovely eye of partridge heel and then an underfoot gusset, which is absolutely stunning. And there's literally a wreath of pattern on the thing. And it's got a 1x1 twisted rib top. I love the fact that this toe looks so pretty. So yeah, so this one, I have now cast on the second one. And here's mine. Now, I had these started on, oh, I dropped my needle out. Pull my needle out. Let me just pick up these stitches. I had started these on some wooden needles, and I was just too tired to continue on them. So I swapped the Knit Pro Zings. I know they're Zings, I just can't remember if they're Knit Pro or Knit Pride here in the UK. Knitter's Pride. So I've done the cuff, and I am about to start doing this section here. So the main colour is my Nimue, and this is on Merino and Stellina fingering weight. And then the contrast colours is this baby, and I'm using this singles. So this is also Merino and Stellina, and this is a Merino singles. And I'm knitting it on 2.5mm needles. And I actually weighed out my yarns. Last year I remembered to weigh out each of my yarns before I cast on. So for example, this singles, I started out with 24 grams. So I'll know how many grams you need for a pair after I finish sort of thing. So yeah, Golden Wreath Socks by Shy. I'm loving them. And yeah, that is my sock project that I am, or one of the sock projects I'm working on at the moment. So yes. Now, if you think that working on 3 pairs of socks isn't enough, you're right, because I'm working on a 4th one. So just pop that one there. So as you know, in December, the Yule Socks, Curio Stitches design by me, are being published with my new heel. So these are 2 colour socks, slip stitch details, and then a rib cuff. And like I said last week, I made an error in the increases and I had to rip back. So I had to rip back all the way down to here, because I could have ripped back to here, but I dropped so many of the slip stitches it sort of laddered, so I just put my needles back in here. So yesterday I re-knit this, and this is the heel. Now you might think that looks really baggy, but it's more of a bubble than you think, because the increases are worked in the heel and then the decreases are worked in the colour work at the back. See, isn't it lovely? So these are the Yule socks, like I said, by me, and these are being published on the 1st of December, so that people can cast on and knit these leading up to Christmas. So you've all got some Yule socks. Yule. So 2.75mm needles. It's written in 3 sizes. This is the medium. And my main colour, this one, is Solstice by Vine Yarns. And then the contrast is Lavinia Swire by Callan Hand Dyes. So yeah, isn't they lovely? And then I've also got to knit a pair for Abby and a pair for Neve for Christmas. I have now dyed the yarn. It is drying downstairs. Neve's having a really rich autumn leaf fox sort of orangey brown colour, as requested by her, and a delicious sort of woodlandy brown. And then Abby's having 2 different shades of blue. So yeah. I don't have any purchases or anything to talk about this week. That's pretty much all I have to sort of share with you. So the other projects I've been working on, I have been working on the Little Boo sweater, the test knit that I'm doing, and I started my Morticia pullover, another test knit that I'm doing. But if I've not been knitting or working on design work, I've been working on my D&D campaign, and I'm doing 2 games at the moment. So one I'm about to start. One starts tomorrow and I'm playing as a character, which is so excited. If you're not into D&D, I apologise. Feel free to leave. So yeah, the campaign that I'm playing as a player tomorrow, I'm playing a half human, half elf. She's so cool. And then I'm doing a one-shot campaign as a DM, following or leading to a more long-term campaign as the DM. Oh, I did get something, because it has been 15 years since I played D&D. I used to play Mage and Chill and D&D and Vampires and all kind of role-playing games, tabletop role-playing games, again for about 15 years. And it wasn't until I started watching Critical Role again that I realised that the rules had changed about 5 years ago with the 5th edition. So I got myself a present. This is the complete set with the new rules, and yeah, it's the Player's Handbook, Monsters, Dungeon Master's Guide, and the DM screen. I managed to get these half price in a sale. So beautiful. They're so lovely. So yes, and it wasn't until I was sort of checking through all my non-playing characters and I was sort of yeah, they can't do that anymore. So yeah, so those of you that are in my group, look out. So I have been doing, it's like I was saying to Michelle yesterday, because I no longer have like my 3D literal dungeons, I have been painting landscapes and maps so that people can see whilst we play on a separate camera, because I've got 2 cameras set up ready. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting back into D&D. You guys, you knew this was happening. You just didn't know it was happening. So yes, I am doing, remember guys, I'm doing Vlogmas, and that starts on the 1st of December. I'm attending eight Christmassy, festive type events, which I intend to take some footage of to put in. And then there's going to be some spinning and knitting and general, this what I'm doing during Advent sort of thing. Oh, and on Christmas Eve I have a free pattern coming as my sort of gift to you. But this is the only place, this YouTube channel is the only place where I have the link. So yeah, Christmas Eve. It's sort of a mystery pattern until then, but I will drop hints each week in Vlogmas as to what it's going to be. If you want to take part, so that you guys have got a Christmas Day cast on as well. I'm so excited, so excited. So yeah, there we go. Right, so that is all for this week. Thank you for spending some time with me. And yeah, I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.